A powerful quake ripped through northern Afghanistan, toppling homes, wounding hundreds, killing dozens, and scarring the sacred Blue Mosque in Mazar-e Sharif. With hospitals overwhelmed and villages cut off, the tremors haven't stopped. Neither has the fear. In a country built on fault lines, what still stands unbroken? A powerful earthquake tore through northern Afghanistan on the morning of November 3rd, bringing death and destruction to one of the country's most significant cities. The 6.3 magnitude tremor struck near Mazar-e Sharif, a city of over 500,000 people, at a depth of 28 kilometers, according to the US Geological Survey. The human cost has been devastating. At least 20 people lost their lives, and around 320 others suffered injuries. Though Health Ministry spokesperson Shafat Zaman warned these numbers will likely climb as rescue teams push into remote villages across the hardest-hit provinces of Balkh and Samangan. Social media footage verified by Reuters showed emergency workers pulling bodies from collapsed buildings, sifting through rubble in a desperate search for survivors. The quake didn't just claim lives. It struck at the heart of Afghan cultural heritage, damaging portions of the Blue Mosque, the holiest shrine in Mazar-e Sharif. This 15th century structure, believed to hold the remains of the Prophet Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, stands as one of Afghanistan's most sacred sites. Video from the scene showed broken tiles and masonry scattered across the mosque's courtyard, though the main structure remained standing. Zaman reported that response efforts were already underway, stating,
"Our rescue and health teams have arrived in the area, and all nearby hospitals have been put on standby by the leadership to treat the injured."
The earthquake's impact reached far beyond the immediate damage zone. Power cuts swept across the nation, reaching even the capital Kabul, as the national power supplier Dar Afghanistan Breshna Company struggled to restore service. For Afghanistan's Taliban administration, this disaster arrives at an already difficult moment. The country is still reeling from an August earthquake that killed thousands, while simultaneously dealing with drastically reduced foreign aid and mass deportations of Afghan refugees from neighboring countries. The USGS assessment painted a grim picture, noting that
significant casualties are likely and the disaster is potentially widespread.
Afghanistan sits in one of Earth's most volatile zones, trapped between powerful geological forces that make earthquakes not just possible, but inevitable. The country occupies a precarious position at the edge of the Eurasian tectonic plate, which shares a convergence zone with the Indian plate, while also feeling pressure from the Arabian plate to the south. This creates what scientists recognize as one of the planet's most tectonically active regions. The relentless northward push of the Indian plate against the Eurasian plate drives most of Afghanistan's seismic activity. The numbers tell a sobering story. Since 1990, at least 355 earthquakes with magnitudes above 5.0 have struck the country. Research shows these tremors kill an average of 560 people each year and cause an estimated $80 million in annual damage. Hemmed in by rugged mountains, Afghanistan faces a range of natural disasters, but earthquakes remain the deadliest threat. The risk isn't distributed evenly. Eastern and northeastern Afghanistan, particularly areas bordering Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Pakistan, face the greatest danger. Heavily populated Kabul sits squarely in the danger zone, suffering an average of $17 million in earthquake damage annually, according to research studies. The mountains that define Afghanistan's terrain add another layer of danger. Earthquakes in these regions can trigger devastating landslides, multiplying the loss of life and property. Experts point to clear solutions. Studies recommend constructing new buildings with earthquake-resistant designs and retrofitting existing structures to reduce collapse risks. Better monitoring systems could provide earlier warnings, while advanced mapping of fault lines using geospatial and remote sensing technology could help relocate people from the most vulnerable areas. Yet, implementing these measures in a war-torn country with limited resources remains an enormous challenge. Afghanistan has recorded approximately 100 damaging earthquakes since 1900, and recent years have shown no mercy. The August 2025 disaster that preceded Monday's quake killed more than 2,200 people when a 6.2 magnitude tremor and its aftershocks devastated southeastern Afghanistan. Just 2 years earlier, in 2023, multiple earthquakes within a single month claimed another 1,000 lives and erased entire villages from the map. The 2022 earthquake season brought a magnitude 6 quake in June that killed over 1,000 people, followed by additional strikes in September that killed at least 8 more. Looking further back reveals even worse catastrophes. A magnitude 7.5 earthquake in 2015 reached across borders, killing 399 people in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India combined. But perhaps the most devastating period came in 1998, when 2 separate earthquakes struck within 3 months of each other. The first killed 2,300 people. The second claimed 4,700 lives. Pakistan has shared in this pattern of destruction. Throughout 2024 and 2025, the Hindu Kush region and areas along the Afghanistan-Tajikistan border experienced repeated strikes. Earthquakes of varying magnitudes hit in January, April, May, June, September, and October of 2024 alone. The geographical reality cannot be changed. Afghanistan and Pakistan sit at the intersection of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates, locked in a geological collision that has lasted millions of years and will continue far into the future. Each tremor serves as a reminder of the immense forces at work beneath the surface, forces that care nothing for borders, politics, or human suffering. For the people living in this seismically active corridor, the question has never been whether another major earthquake will strike, but when, and whether they'll be ready when it does.